Great event.
Yeah.
You enjoy those, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I've never crashed at one.
Oh, you've
I no wonder you enjoy it. That's sick.
So, like, probably not pushing that hard, but I wouldn't know how to. I don't know what the edge of grip is at those things. It's just bizarrely different, hey, Ollie? Everything's
I
like
mean,
a
I
lot of
can't
straight
really
line
talk,
speed, but I don't know how you go fast around corners on that stuff or downstairs. Still never worked that out.
But
I love the whole thing. It's super rushed. And that's the one I've done, Guanajuato, is one that you actually get quite a lot of riding versus others, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's track, walk and practice on the same day, and then the next day is quali and race.
Yeah.
So everything's done in 2 days. At World Cup, it'd be 3 or 4.
But then I guess from a spectator's point of view, when do you go and ride stairs for a laugh?
Yeah.
That's what, from my understanding, that's what those boys do. If they like us going,
Like they
we're
have it
going
at
to
home.
the woods, they go to the streets.
For sure.
Mad.
What
Bike
changes did you
setup.
make to your bike? Like what have you picked up over the years, and how much has it changed from the first time you went and did one, which was what, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, that's the only one I've done. So
You went last year though.
yeah, so I've done
Yeah,
it
yeah.
three
Okay,
times.
yeah.
That's the only venue I've done. Sorry.
Got ya.
Track changes a little bit every year. I'd say it gets better every year, and I think you get muscle memory of the bits you've done before every year. So like you turn up and just focus on the bits that are new, similar to like the hardline events and stuff like that. So that's really cool because then the bits from previous years are like locked in your mind, and then you can focus on the new bits. So the track feels like it gets, to me, it feels like it gets easier. It isn't, because the features, like the consistent ones are similar to the last time. But the Ollie and the BSI team and do such a good job with it. And knowing that your mate's ridden the whole course when you turn up, you know?
Yeah.
On a much shorter travel bike than a lot of us are racing on, so confidence inspiring. And you walk the track with us, don't you, Ollie, and your team, and everyone's saying, "Hey, Ollie, like, how does this work? Can we see a video of it?" And like, you get to see, right, that's how that works. So you stood on the jump, and then you get to watch someone that you trust do it on a phone. You're like, okay, he literally did it yesterday, so now we've got to do it later.
Yeah.
That's much different story to, okay, right, what does the radius of that kicker look like? When may have I ridden something like that before? What was the distance compared to this? How fast might I have to go? Do I need to stand here all of practice and wait to watch someone do it? Because that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So in a short timing window of practice, you're saving so much time just seeing it beforehand. You can just focus on doing a full run, hopefully, first practice run. So that's sick. And then bike setup, wildly different to like off-road stuff. I think I run like perhaps just under 90 psi in Fox 40s typically, and I put 130 in there or just over. Now in hindsight that was too stiff, but if you watch videos of your bike going downstairs, the forks, each step you hit, your fork compresses, and because they come so thick and fast, they don't get time to recover, so you get something called packing down, which a lot of people can visualize that, but every step you go, the fork drops, doesn't recover, so they just drop until you're almost out of travel. So your bike loses all its geometry. But what that does is makes your head angle goes really steep because your forks are diving. And that's like having your brake on, because each step's like pushing on your bike at 90 degrees because you haven't got that raked out fork angle. Right. So you're just slowing down all the time. So having a crazy stiff front end and rear end like holds the front of the bike up, and you roll over all the steps. And the difference is substantial, like on rolling speed. Where you lose is in big corner compressions, the back of the bike will sink and the front stays up. So we talk about like feeling like you're on a Harley Davidson. So it's harder to push into your bike with balance. And then the other thing is turning. You've got less weight on your front wheel because you're squatted at the back. Your weight's transferred to the back of the bike, so it's hard to weight the front tyre and turn down stairs and things. So yeah, you change the bike massively to overcome just the completely different characteristics that you experience on those sort of tracks. But I think I did it too much, basically.
Sorry to
interrupt. But I was on a full downhill bike. The first time I ever went there, I was on a propane spin drift, which is 180, still a decent sized bike. And didn't feel like enough. Second year, downhill bike, perfect. So chose the downhill bike again. But I think I went a bit too stiff this time. But yeah.
But I guess the thing is, you ain't got enough time to
adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got a setup and you kind of
arrive with it.
Stuck with it.
A lot of guys had that problem. George Brannigan came from New Zealand, hadn't done one of these before. Instantly, first run, my bike's too soft. He's got coil shock, so you can't adjust that with air pressure. Hasn't got another coil, hasn't got the time to source one. Can't stiffen his forks to balance that because it will just unbalance the whole bike. So he's like, well, I've got to run what I brung. You know, that's really tough. Another race is like all the teams there, spare bikes, different setups. There's a big learning curve, but there's so much momentum behind that sort of event now. Red Bull do an incredible job with it. Obviously having Warner as commentary, having really cool tracks. They can position cameras wherever they want because there's just rooftops everywhere. You know, they're not like having to build great big platforms to put big cameras there. They can just cover the whole track. You don't miss a single meter of it. And I think they're so exciting, those races. And they're here to stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it quite kind of cool having not being the new guy? Like you had people turn up from the world of downhill World Cups, and which is where you've also come from, and then not being the new guy.
Yeah,
seeing
definitely.
them kind of experience it all for the first time.
Yeah, I think so. And
Okay.
Okay.
Hey man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
Can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah,
We're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah.
So
And
they
on
can't see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.